Well, howdy folks, and welcome back to your home port. A new nation's coming to World of Warships, Italy. The first ship will be the Tier 6 cruiser, the Duca d'Aosta. Before we get into this, we have to do a little housekeeping and explain that this ship was provided to me by Wargaming so I can make a review for my viewers. This is also still considered a work in progress, meaning that certain specifications may change before it is made available to the general public. Alright, good to have that done. Now let me say right off the bat, I really like this ship. Like most Italian designs, her sleek, flowing lines are pleasing to the eye, but looks are not everything. High speed and excellent maneuverability, reasonable guns, and long-range torpedoes provide several gameplay options to intrepid commanders. Armor is light, as it is on most Tier 6 cruisers, but her 16mm bow and stern, deck, and hull armor cannot be overmatched by 8-inch cruiser shells, so she can't be swatted out of the way by a higher tier cruiser's stout at hand. Duca has a very long citadel area, and it sticks up above the waterline a fair bit, so being broadside onto any cruiser can be very dangerous. Indeed, Duca's citadel appears to be made up of only light torpedo bulkhead plating ranging from 40mm to 7mm of thickness. External to the citadel, she has 16mm torpedo bulges and a 70mm armor belt running the length of the citadel. Her survivability is not the worst at Tier 6 though, with this configuration, along with 29,700 hit points and 10% torpedo damage reduction. But I have felt the sting of penetrating hits that tend to do significant damage. Artillery is comprised of 8 6-inch or 152mm guns arranged in 4 turrets, 2 forward and 2 aft. As I have the ship configured, the guns reload every 7.9 seconds and can turn 180 degrees in just over 20 seconds, with a maximum range of 14 kilometers and a maximum dispersion of only 130 meters. Duca's guns fire a 50-kilogram armor-piercing shell that has an excellent initial muzzle velocity of 1,000 meters per second. However, tests done by Little White Mouse have shown that the ammunition loses velocity significantly over range, and that these guns are most effective at ranges of 10 kilometers or less. Additionally, Duca's HE ammunition has a low chance of starting fires at 7% out of the box, but this can be brought up a bit with the Demolition Expert Commander skill and the Victor Lima and India X-ray signal flags. That puts Duca drivers in an interesting position, not having the armor to brawl, but guns that want closer ranged engagements. Be that ship that provides supporting fire to those that are engaging the enemy. Try not to engage directly. And torpedoes, they're interesting with this ship. 6 tubes, arranged in 2 triple launchers, 1 on each side of the ship, have good firing arcs and a reload of only 71 seconds, which isn't too bad, but they don't hit all that hard with only 13,367 maximum damage points, which is low in this tier. A long 12-kilometer range, but only 51 knot speed makes them easy to dodge, but at the extremities of their ranges, your enemies may not be as vigilant, thinking they are too far away and your torps won't reach them, but they're often caught off guard by the short 1-kilometer detectability range. In these situations, I've had some success with these torpedoes. Anti-aircraft protection is relatively scant, and while the effectiveness of the few guns you do have can be increased with commander skills, signal flags, and the defensive AA fire consumable, it still doesn't amount to very much. Don't rely on these to save you from determined carrier captains. Speed and agility are strong points with a Duca, much like an Italian sports car. She's quite quick at 36.5 knots and can dance on the water with a nice turning circle of just 710 meters, coupled with a rudder shift time of just 6.7 seconds, giving you an excellent chance of dodging incoming enemy fire of both shells and torpedoes. She is also reasonably stealthy on the water with an 11.7 kilometer detectability range and 7.3 kilometer by air. So, to distill all of this info into some general rules of thumb that you can use to keep afloat and be a pain to your enemies, look to support teammates who are already heavily engaged and have the enemy's attention. Heed the detection warning showing how many ships are focused on you, as this could be the signal that it's time to start evasive action in order to withdraw from the current situation. Don't hesitate to fire your long-range torps at distant targets or choke points on the map. They have a way of taking opponents by surprise. Use your high-speed maneuverability to hunt destroyers, as you are as fast as many and they will not be able to easily run away from you. Well folks, there you have it. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below. And if you really enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. Let me know in the comments. As well, be sure to visit my social media pages, both on Facebook and Twitter. This is where I post info that, well, not belonging in a video, it's worth taking a look at. Links to all things in the video description. Alright folks, thanks very much for stopping by and watching. I'll catch you next time.